Well, welcome back. My name's Pete. This is my channel, 1822 MC Adventures and More. So it's finally cooled off. What do you say I give you a quick tour of Outpost 1822? I've been out here since Tuesday. 3 nights, 4 days. What I brought with me was an e-tool. Gotta have a shovel. You need a shovel to dig a fire pit. You need a shovel to dig a poop hole. Last means of defense, all kinds of good things. The deal is, here's my cover for it. This is a vintage World War II e-tool cover. And my e-tool is a Italian vintage World War II era e-tool. If you find one that's an American e-tool of the same vintage, you're going to be spending anywhere from $80 to $100+ Vietnam era e-tools like this, Korea e-tools, they're very, very expensive. This is an exact duplicate, but it's from the Italian Army. And this one was $17.99 delivered to my house. It's exactly the same thing, made to the same specs, everything. Except instead of being made in America, it's made in Italy. And it's vintage from World War II era is what they told me. Now I do plan on changing the handle. I have another e-tool at the house that I put a nightstick handle on, and it was actually it's a copy of a decent one, so it failed. So I'm going to be taking that handle off and putting it on here, so I'll have a much nicer handle and a little bit longer. And there's a story behind the nightstick handle too. I'll be more than happy to tell that at a later date. I have my big axe with me. Normally I take a little drywall hatchet that I have converted into a hatchet. This is an old-fashioned carpenter's hatchet. And what I did was I trimmed the head off of it, and then I trimmed the front of it a little bit to give it kind of a Viking look. And then the handle goes back to my wrestling days. This was my stupid stick. Originally it was just a hickory axe handle, and I used to carry it with me for knocking the stupid out of people back in the day. So to repurpose it, rather than have it just sit in the corner as my old stupid stick from back in the day, I got the bright idea to attach it to this here hatchet. And so of course I trimmed it down a little bit, burnt it, oiled it, carved in some hand grips, and so now I got a way I can pound in my steaks. I can chop some wood or anything else that needs to be done that would an axe could handle. The cover for this handle, I paid like I think $2.50 or $3. It's a military surplus standard hatchet cover, but I redesigned it so it would fit my hatchet. I cut the back of it out and I sewed it up with some twine so I can use the hammer. And then I put some studs in there, not just to look cool, but so it would fit better, because this follows the contour of the axe. And so far I've been and of course I could put an Alice clip on that and attach it to my Alice pack. But so far I've been pretty happy with it. It works good, it's lightweight, it swings good, and of course it looks cool. I have my French Army gas mask bag that has my coffee pot and my food in it. Because it's so dang hot, I do have a cooler bag with cooler packs and ice in it. The saw pouch on the handlebar, that would be my camera gear. Right there I have 4 canteens and a thermos full of ice water. Right there I've got 2 2-quart canteens full of water. Right there is my Griswold cast iron pot and my Coleman stove. Normally I take a backpacking stove, but I took that one today. For an extended period of time, I didn't want to run out of gas. Right? Makes sense. Okay, what I got right here is some baby wipes. They're a lifesaver in hot, humid weather. Wipe yourself down with one of these and you'll feel a lot better. And not to be gross or rude, but it definitely helps with crusty butt and sweaty balls, swamp boobs, whatever, you name it, it'll help. Besides the axe, I carry this. I always carry this camping with me. Is it a very expensive bushcrafting saw? Of course it's not. This is 1822 MC Adventures and More. What this is a $4.50. Bought it on clearance at a place called Ollie's Wholesale Discount Warehouse. I don't know, a discount house, but it is a Troy built. So it's at least a good name. And I've been using it for a while. And for $4.50, I should have bought about 20 of them. But I'm very happy with it. Plastic handle, composite handle, whatever. Fairly decent, good sharp blade. It works for me. Pair of work gloves, for obvious reasons. If you're collecting firewood or doing whatever, a pair of gloves comes in very handy. Some very powerful insect dope that I don't like, but that's what I had on hand. I have some homemade stuff, but I run out of it quick. And before I set the tent up, I sprayed the whole area with this stuff just because. That's my camp chair, and that's my camo jacket folded up for some extra padding. Comes in handy. It's kind of big and bulky. It's not a backpacking chair. I really need a backpacking chair, but like I say, improvise, overcome, and adapt. The best chair you have is the one you have, not the one you wish you had. And of course, my canteen cup, along with my canteen stove. My Boy Scout mess kit. Don't go nowhere without it. And my coffee cup. And I've been road testing this for a while, and it is definitely passed. I will soon be putting my logo on this, and it will be for sale. In the tent, I just have my backpack, some dirty, smelly clothes, a new air mattress. I'll do a review on that too. And because it's so hot, my sleep system is a blanket laying on top of my air mattress and just a plain old bed sheet, and then my pillow. And the last 2 nights it's gotten down to like 69, 70 degrees, and I've been very comfortable. And it was actually cool last night. We had a nice thunderstorm roll through here, raising holy hell. Cooled everything way down, and it was nice. This setup was nice and dry. I mean, I got my tent, I got my rain fly, and I got my porch. So it stayed nice and dry in here, and the winds weren't too bad. I was lucky on that. We just had a nice light show. That was pretty cool. And let me get up and show you a few more things. Hanging off the ridgeline is my first aid pouch and my fishing kit and my worm box, and of course my summertime straw hat. Right there is 2 fishing poles and my walking stick cane pole snake stick. On my back ridgeline, a dirty smelly shirt and dirty smelly socks. And you can't see it, but way back over there is a poop hole. Don't really like saying stuff like that on the videos, but if you're camping in the woods, you're shitting in the woods. Do the right thing and dig a hole. Dig a hole a foot to 2 feet deep. The deeper the better. And then you can bury it, and it makes it safe. Stray dogs, coyotes, and animals won't find it. People won't find it. It's just fucking nasty. Don't do it. Get a shovel, a trowel. If you don't have a cool shovel like I got, a fucking garden trowel will work. Just something that you can dig a hole. And of course you need to dig a hole for your fire pit too, which brings me to my fire pit. Dug a little hole. I got some wood in there ready to roll. I got my small stuff over there. And I got some big stuff right there. So after I eat, we definitely will be trying out my new little fire starter toy. See how that works out. Now it's about time for me to crank up some dinner. I was planning on catching a catfish and frying it up in some Aunt Jemima pancake flour mix. Wait a minute, why am I not talking in front of the camera? What the fuck is wrong? Hold on a minute. Okay, so the plan tonight was to have fried catfish dipped in Aunt Jemima pancake flour maybe some fresh cut green beans fried in bacon grease, and some Uncle Ben's wild rice. And I guess according to some people that would be considered a racist dinner. And I'm not going to fly off the handle about that, but just think about it. It's pretty fucking stupid, ain't it? I mean, think about it, all the black people that got fucked out of their childhood by that. Think about how nice it was for a little black kid to go to the cupboard and open up the cupboard, and what does he see? He sees Aunt Jemima. Who is she? She looks like a grandma to me. She looks like a nice lady. I don't understand why people got all excited over that. Uncle Ben's rice. He looks like somebody's uncle or someone's pop, you know? I mean, what's wrong with that guy? How can that be, right? The chef guy from Cream of Wheat. I mean, I grew up with this shit too. I mean, I don't understand how this stuff is now racist. I've eaten it all my life and it's always been a comfort food. You see that face? It's a comforting face. How can anyone see it other than a comforting face? You fucking snowflakes need to dry the fuck up. Melt, wash into the fucking river and go the fuck away, never to be seen again. Ah, son of a bitch. Went down the rabbit hole again, didn't I? Well, let me turn the camera off. Let me get dinner going and I'll turn the camera back on. Holy folks, I think I just did a whole dinner video with the camera off. Really, I'm really disappointed in myself. What I have here is Corona Corruption fresh cut garden beans that I grew myself, Spam cubed and dredged in racist Aunt Jemima pancake flour. It's absolutely awesome. Fresh garden beans. These are, I believe they're Lake Fork bush beans. They are awesome. They were fried up in bacon grease. Completely awesome. And here I have some racist Uncle Ben's long grain wild rice mixed in with some mushrooms and some Spam that was dredged in racist pancake flour and fried. Absolutely awesome. And I'm going to wash that down with an ice cold IBC root beer. I'm going to turn the camera off and enjoy my meal. I'll see you in a few. Man, I'm wasted. I ate it all. I am bloated. Another sip of my root beer. I am done. That was awesome. I even got some left over I can put into the cooler bag and I can heat it up tomorrow. And that'll be my early lunch. Yeah, man, that was really good. Scandemic, pandemic, Corona Corruption, fresh cut garden beans. Cooked stir-fried style in a cast iron skillet with some bacon and pepper. Spam that was cubed and dredged in racist Aunt Jemima pancake flour. And then Uncle Ben's long grain and wild rice mixed in with some mushrooms and some Spam. And man, he topped it off with an IBC root beer, and I am done for the night. Man, it was really good. And I'm not even going to be eating dessert tonight. I'm positive on that. Excuse me, not bad manners, just good food. Now last night, I did something I hadn't done since I was a Boy Scout. I took a big red delicious apple. I cut the core out of it. I put it in a piece of aluminum foil. Put a bunch of brown sugar and cinnamon in the core. Wrapped it tight in the aluminum foil. I buried it in the coals for about 15 minutes. And it came back out and I unwrapped it and let it cool off a little bit. And it was like a baked apple. Oh man, it was good. So the next time you go camping, you might want to do that. You take an apple, a nice big fat one, and cut the core out, set it on a piece of aluminum foil, and then put a bunch of brown sugar and cinnamon inside that core, wrap it tight in the foil, put it in the coals for about 15 minutes, and it is awesome. With that being said, let me clean up my mess, and we'll start a fire soon. How about that? Let's build a fire. I know there's not a lot of light at the moment, but there will be in a minute. What I have here is my fire starting kit. I got a lighter, a pocket knife. I got some pieces of fat wood in here. And I've already whittled the fat wood down into some shavings. I'm going to pour it down here on top of my fire base. I have some sticks laying down there kind of as a foundation. So I'm going to do that right there like that. There's a handful of fat wood shavings. And now I'm going to take my little lighter tool that I made a video about the other day. And I'm going to take a little piece of the wadding out of here. Whoop, not that much. And what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to basically make this into like a little dust bunny or a ghost turd or whatever vernacular you prefer. I know when I was in boot camp, they called little dust balls ghost turds. I always thought that was pretty funny. So now what I'm going to do with this wadding, and I'll pull it all apart and make my little ghost turd or dust bunny, and then I'm going to hit it with this sparker. And in theory, this is going to catch fire. I'm going to drop it onto the fat wood, and the fat wood's going to ignite like it's got gasoline on it. All right. All right. Houston, we have ignition. So it looks like my little lighter tool is actually something worth taking out into the woods. And as far as me doing like a serious video on fat wood, maybe I'll do one later, but trust me, there's a lot of videos out there with people that really know what they're doing. And they have some good videos out there on how to collect fat wood and process it and all that. So let's let this catch up a little bit, and I'll put my toys away and enjoy the fire. And of course, you know, fire likes chaos, so a pile of twigs like that burns good. Alright, so there we go. A fire started with my new little fire starter tool and a handful of fat wood. Life is great. See you later.